Touch Develop is a touch-centric programming environment on the Windows Phone, targeting end users. It provides API abstraction over the phone's data and sensors. In Touch Develop, people program via touch. Let me show how people create a script that posts a random photo to the screen in Touch Develop. First, I create a command to retrieve a random picture. I navigate over all the choices to select a random picture from my collection and save it to a variable. Next, I need to post the picture to the screen. I select the variable pic that I just created and select Post to Wall. Now the script is done and I can run it directly on my phone. What I show next is how to achieve the same thing in our synthesizer. I invoke the synthesizer by hitting the search button and type in, say, post photo. The synthesizer maps the query to Touch Develop's APIs and synthesizes additional code to combine the mapped APIs into code snippets. Since there might be multiple interpretations of the query, the synthesizer ranks the synthesized snippets and presents only the top choices. I can select the top one to insert it into my script, and I get the exact same script that I created a moment ago. Let's move on to another example. Say I want to play a song. The intended script is at the top choice. Or I want to check if I can access my current location, extracting its nearest address, and post to the screen. I can also give the keywords in a different order, like describe current location. And I can send this via SMS to my friend whose phone number I've just typed in. In this next example, I want to tint a random photo. Since I did not specify the tinted color, the synthesizer uses the default color, which is sepia. However, if I put in a color, for example blue, it will use it immediately. Now I can save the blue tinted picture to the library. In this example, I want to take a picture and save it to the library. How about drawing some text on the picture that I've just taken? For example, Touch Develop is so cool in black, and save it to the library. I can also draw the current location to the picture in a random color. Note that the system is smart enough to infer the conversion from location to string automatically. It gives feedback to the users on words or phrases that it does not understand. Suppose I enter the color pink and Touch Develop does not have any matching API. Then the synthesizer ignores this word and performs the mapping with the remaining words. The synthesizer also synthesizes code that is relevant to the current program context. In this new script, I have a global variable n of type number and a function fibbo that takes a number and returns a number. In the main function, I have two local variables, x and sum. Now I want to call the function fibbo with 10, or with the global variable n, or with n plus 10. The synthesizer presents the two most likely options. Since x is a float number, I may round it, perhaps to 3 digits, or I can round it and pass it to fibbo. The synthesizer is capable of synthesizing conditionals. For example, if I want to check if the media player is playing, and if this is the case, pause it. Or if it is currently paused, resume the player. The synthesizer can also generate loops, including nested loops. Next, I will show how to create a loop that iterates 10 times, adding the indices to the variable sum. Note that there are two interpretations in this example. The intended one is shown at the top. In the second snippet, the synthesizer generates a temporary variable for the addition operation, which the user could use later on. As the final example, let us combine the tinted picture example that I've shown earlier with the loop. Here is the synthesized snippet. It iterates 15 times. Each time, it tints a random picture with a random color and posts it to the screen. Now we can run it on the phone.